You know, oftentimes you hear me talking about low lights, bright lights. Well, on a day like today, it was kind of a mix, and you could have used your bright light goggles on the mountains. This is Powderhorn Mountain Resort. You know the bright light goggles because they're highly reflective. But when you get low light, like tomorrow, if you head up to Powderhorn Mountain Resort, brace yourselves for some breezy conditions. Certainly not strong wind, but breezy conditions. Later in the day, that will increase as well. But we have overcast conditions anticipated for most of the day tomorrow, and then you need your flat light goggles, which are the non-reflective lenses, the ones that allow you to see. Generally speaking, they're clear lenses, they're yellows, they're pinks. They allow you to see as much of the terrain as possible, given that it's not lit up, brightly lit with that sunshine. We did have some bright lights on the operating deck at Powderhorn Mountain, so great way, whether you were at the higher elevations or the valley floors, great way to wrap up the work week today. We did so on a mild and quiet note. Right now our temperatures mid and upper 30s. As far as temperature highs for the day, they came in official upper 40s at Delta. Tomorrow we're going to push for 50 degrees, mid 40s for Montrose and Grand Junction. We're supposed to be in the upper 30s this time of the year tomorrow. If the forecast holds steady, there's the 50-degree club. Moab may even try to get to that club as well. But Montrose and Grand Junction, we're going to be running about 10 degrees warmer tomorrow afternoon than the typical afternoon temperatures for mid-January. We'll still be dry and we still will have cloud coverage, but all this is courtesy of the southwest flow. We'll be breezy, not a lot of wind, but we will be breezy. I think we'll hear that strong winder probably during the overnight hours of Saturday into early Sunday morning when that system starts to pass overhead. But the cold front itself doesn't actually pass through until Sunday, so there's an opportunity for more wind on Sunday than on Saturday. Are you with me? We don't have any wind right now, less than 10 miles per hour. Top wind gusts of the day, 5, 15 max. But in the higher elevations, as this system advances in, that's where we're going to get some of those stronger wind speeds. We already have winter weather advisories for the San Juan Mountains, for the Uncompahgre Plateau, the Grand Mesa, and portions of the West Elks in the Gunnison County area. High elevation sites, stronger wind speeds, but also good snow totals. We're looking at least 5 to 15 inches of snow as this advisory stands, but I think we're going to get some deeper totals. In fact, we're going to be looking at the San Juan Mountains to get the deepest totals with this first and second round, which will carry us through the middle of next week. Now, all the action starts Saturday evening for the mountain zones, the San Juans. This is just before 10 o'clock, and we're just starting to get things going. So if you find yourself down here, and also portions of the Elks and the West Elks, if you find yourself in these mountain zones, be prepared for snow, ongoing snow to begin Saturday night. For us in the Uncompahgre and the Grand Valley, we're still dry Saturday night. We have to get into early Sunday morning before we could see our rain because we still have mild temperatures. Even though our low temperatures are pretty close to the freezing mark, slightly above in some instances, it's colder above us. So when that snow falls through those zones and hits our layer, even though we're at freezing, we're still warmer than what's above. So we lose that snowflake and we gather some rain showers. But we still have a chance to get some of these flurries. And when you look at some of these total snow depths for late in the day on Sunday, wrapping up the weekend, we'll be looking at 15, 20 inches in some of these high sites. So 10 inches on the Uncompahgre is going to be tough. I think around Glade Park it'll be more like 4, perhaps 6, but the Grand Mesa, Powderhorn, Sunday's going to be a day to get new snow, and then Tuesday will be another day to get that snow. So good totals, and we're looking at another 2 feet of snow all the way through the middle of next week added to our mountain zones. Now there's a third storm system. Right now there's nothing going on. Remember, we're not going to track storms until after midnight Saturday, but there's a third storm system coming online for late next week. Complications already exist because what is driving these storms towards us now, what has been driving all that precipitation towards California now has been a high pressure system just outside of Hawaii. And in fact, there's great surf right now for Hawaii because of that high pressure system. But that high pressure system is steering all this moisture in, that atmospheric river. Now that high will expand, and that third storm system, it'll actually push that third storm system northbound along the west coast and then swing that through. That'll hook up with some Arctic air. That'll give us colder temperatures late next week. If that high pressure system expands too greatly and eradicates that third storm system, we may end up high and dry by the end of next week. So that's something we're going to be watching, but it changes nothing for the first 2 storms for the end of this weekend and the start and middle of next week. Here's the timeline: Sunday and Tuesday, mild temperatures all the while. That creates some problems, especially in the layers of the atmosphere where it's significantly colder up top. So we're going to watch this and see how it plays out. I'm looking at light rain early Sunday morning and then perhaps some flurries, not a lot of accumulation. We'll look towards Tuesday for better accumulations of that snow. And then again, there's that third system on Thursday. Colder temperatures will exist late next week. In the meantime, we have this mild stretch, and you're going to feel it tomorrow afternoon with that southwest flow, and we only cool slightly as we get into this first and second storm system swinging through.